Hey guys, so welcome. This is going to be a quick demo on how to go about uploading photos from your camera to the Google shared drive. So hopefully you guys all have access to the Google shared drive. If I was to find it quickly, like I'm signed into my own account, so if you click up on the little grid of applications at the top here, you can then go to your drive icon, right? So we'll click on that. And then you're going to see off to the side here, there's one that's called Shared Drive. So I'm going to click on that one, and that shows all the shared drives. Again, these are different according to like what things are shared with me. So I've got other ones. The one we're going to look at is SPHS Yearbook, so we'll click on that. And I've added everyone to this, so hopefully you should have access to it. Now we've got 2023 and 2024. I'm going to have to archive those ones, so they may not be on there at the time that you see this demo. And currently we're in year 24-25, so yearbook 2025. And we're in the fall semester, so I've made that folder red just so that we're clear. It's like that's the one we're going to for anything. We've got yearbook utility files, and we've got spring 2025 set up for us for all that content. And that way we're able to actually break things down accordingly. If I open up fall 2024, you can see right now we have content mostly for August. We haven't finished August. And I've created a folder for September as well. So August 2024, so we go into that one. And then this is where it starts to actually spill out into all the directions. So in this case, what I'm doing is like for every single day, so the date that we actually have an event, I'm putting that actual date in there. And so that way you can open up August of 2024, and then you can scroll through it chronologically to see like when in the month that event took place, and then what actual event it was. And so you can see LC Frosh orientation. That was Link Crew Frosh orientation. We've got 08-06-24. That was the senior sunrise. That was an event that took place on campus. Currently this has no content in it. And then 08-07-24, we've got our first day. Now to this point, like we're going all the way up to the carnival, which is going to be on 8/24, and that'll be this Saturday. So I'm trying to create folders so that we have places to actually drop this stuff. So this is kind of getting to our first stages. See if you have access to the shared folder, so you can actually then put the photos in the right place. So here's the actual resource that I'm going to be posting. So the first thing you would do is take your photos. So you've got your camera, right? You go and you take your pictures, click, click, click. We're then going to remove the SD card. So for your camera, depending on like where the actual SD card is, for some people it's going to be on the side right here. So you actually pull that slot open. Again, it's a slide toward yourself like this. So it kind of slides out. And then you're going to flip up. That then reveals like where the actual card is, and you're going to press on it, which releases a little spring, and then that card comes out. So ta-da, we got our SD card out. We've taken our pictures and we've taken our SD card out. Again, depending on the model, this is like T5s and above, it'll be on the side. If you're on like one of the T3s and you don't see a little mount or door or access for the card, SD card on the side, and it's going to be buried in like where the battery is. And so you gotta open that up, flaps open, and then you can see the SD card is right here. It's blue in this case. So same thing, I'm gonna press on it, and that kind of like operates a little spring activation, and then the SD card comes out. So take your pictures, pull your SD card out. We're now moving to the computer. So I'll show you guys here too on my computer. Let's see if I have enough length. So for this style of laptop, on the side, you actually notice on your right side, there's this little SD card slot like right here. And so basically you just take this guy with the tag kind of pointing up, and then just press it in there, and it should lock in place. And that means that the computer is now reading it. So that's step one. It's in the computer. And now I'll do everything else from the screen. So I'm going to close this window. Now, the easiest thing that I do is like down in my dock, I can just access my files through my File Explorer. I'll click on that, and then you'll notice down below here, you're actually going to see where the different devices are that are attached to your computer. And so I've got other things in here, but this EOS Digital, this is actually going to be, in most cases, this will actually look like your little SD card. So if I click on that, you'll see there's a miscellaneous file, and then there's a DCIM. This is where the images actually are stored. So I'll open that up. Then you're going to see again another miscellaneous file, and here's 100 Canon. And so once you open up that 100 Canon, you can see this is where all of the image are actually being shown as files. So I've got that window open. Let's walk through that navigation again. So I've plugged the card in. I'm looking in my File Explorer, EOS Digital. I open it up, DCIM, 100 Canon, and I have access to all my images. Now that we have that, I'm going to open up my Google browser, and I'm looking at August, so SPHS Yearbook, Fall 2024, August 24, and this I believe were actually photos for today's Spirit event or Spirit theme, which was our Dream College. So I've already saved these in here, but I'll open up this folder. You can see I've got the images already in there, and I'll minimize or break my window down a little bit. And so basically what I would recommend is doing a selection of all the files and then simply just drag them over. And so I'll reduce this window down a little bit. And so if I take my mouse, I'm inside this window, I can click and drag, do a selection rectangle over all of those photos, and then I'll just click on one of them and drag it over here, and then you'll see drop files to upload them into Dream College 8/2024. And so if I release the mouse, it's just going to copy these 17 photos back in there, and then I'll be done. But I'm just going to keep them in there. Let's just imagine that we uploaded them. Through the magic of the internet, it's all done uploading. And so the last thing I need to do before I eject this card is get rid of all of these files. So we want to delete them. So if I select this, hold shift, click there, that's another way to select a bunch of files, or click and drag across them. I'm going to hit delete. Are you sure you want to permanently delete these 17 items? And I hit yes, and they are gone. We can also click on the recycling bin, just make sure they're not in there. Looks like they're not. And so the last thing we need to do is eject this card. And so if I right click on that card, you can see eject right there, and then that will actually make the card safe to remove. Alternatively, you can go down to your bottom corner here, and you're going to see show hidden icons, and then you'll see this little USB icon. So if I click on that and then eject SDHC card, that's another way to do the same thing. But I think in your File Explorer, it's probably the easiest way. Just hover over EOS Digital, right click, hit eject. If you go back into the File Explorer, you can see that the SD card is no longer attached. And so the final part is I'll move my camera down here. I can then click on, just push in on the card and pull it out, and we are done. Hey, right on the ringer. So then this card is empty. I can pop it back into my camera. I can then also turn on my camera and hit play. And you can see in on the camera it says no image, which basically means that the card is erased, and so there's nothing on there. So turn your camera off and you're good to go. So again, reference this demo video if you're forgetting how to actually upload things to the Google Shared Drive. And that way, we want to, again, make sure we take our pictures, we download them, we put them in the appropriate spot on our Google Shared folder, and then we clear the file out, or clear the card out, erase all the images, and then put the card back into the camera. Make sure you actually copy the images before you delete them off the camera, because once they're gone, they're gone. And so we'll see, like, we may need to do some redundancy. Maybe we'll save some photos also on the desktop in case we lose things on the drive. But let's start by actually just like saving them to the drive and then erasing your cards. Cool. All right, that's it, guys.